A very long time ago, in the heart of Africa, there lived a tortoise named Me. Now, Me wasn't just any tortoise. He was clever, cunning, and more than a little bit proud of his intelligence. In those ancient days, wisdom wasn't inside people's heads or written in books. Instead, it was scattered all across the world, like shiny pebbles on a riverbed. You could find a piece of wisdom under a leaf, another piece whispered by the wind, and another sparkling in a drop of morning dew. MB, being the ambitious tortoise he was, had a grand idea. He thought, why should wisdom be for everyone? I'm the smartest creature around. I should have it all for myself. And so, his great quest began. He decided to gather all the wisdom in the world and keep it just for himself. He fashioned a large, sturdy gourd, a special pot with a narrow neck, to serve as his container. Then he set off. His journey took him through dense jungles, across wide-open savannas, and over towering mountains. Whenever he found a piece of wisdom, he would carefully pick it up and pop it into his gourd. He collected the wisdom of how to build a strong house from the weaver birds. He gathered the wisdom of finding water in a dry land from the elephants. He learned the secrets of the moon and the stars from the night sky itself. He took the laughter of children, the patience of a waiting crocodile, and the courage of a lion. Every bit of knowledge, big or small, went straight into his pot. Soon, the gourd was brimming with all the wisdom of the world. It was heavy, so heavy that NB could barely drag it behind him. But he was thrilled. It's all mine, he cackled to himself. No one else will be wise but me. I will be the king of knowledge. Now, with his precious collection complete, he needed a place to hide it where no one would ever find it. He looked around and his eyes settled on the tallest, smoothest palm tree he had ever seen. Perfect, he thought. I'll hide my pot of wisdom at the very top of this tree. No one can climb this high. So, he tied a rope around the neck of the heavy gourd and then tied the other end around his own neck, so the pot hung in front of his belly. He approached the tree and began to climb, but he immediately ran into a problem. With the huge round gourd pressed against his stomach, he couldn't get a proper grip on the smooth trunk. He'd try to climb a little, but the pot would bang against the tree and he'd slide right back down. He tried again and again, scratching his shell and getting more and more frustrated. He huffed and he puffed, but he just couldn't make any progress. As he was struggling, a small voice piped up from below. Hello, Father MV. What are you trying to do? Me looked down and saw a tiny spider, Anansi, watching him with all of his 8 eyes. MB, annoyed at being seen in his moment of failure, snapped back. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm climbing this tree. Now go away. I'm busy. Anansi tilted his head. But Father MB, the little spider said politely, if you are carrying such a heavy load, wouldn't it be much easier to climb if you tied it to your back instead of your front? MB stopped. He blinked. He looked at the gourd hanging in front of him. Then he looked at his back. Of course. It was so simple. So obvious. Why hadn't he thought of that? He, who possessed all the wisdom in the world, had been outsmarted by a tiny spider. Humiliation washed over him. In a fit of pure rage and embarrassment, B untied the rope. If this is what wisdom does, he shouted, then I don't want it. And with all his might, he lifted the heavy gourd and smashed it on the ground. The pot shattered into 1,000 pieces, and all the wisdom he had so selfishly collected, the knowledge, the secrets, the laughter, the courage flew out. A great wind suddenly swept through the land, and it picked up every single piece of wisdom and scattered it far and wide to every corner of the earth. The wind carried the pieces into villages and cities, into the homes of people, rich and poor, young and old. And that is how wisdom was returned to the world. It's why today, no single person can know everything. Each of us has a small piece of that great pot of wisdom. Your neighbor has a piece, your friend has a piece, and even a stranger you pass on the street has a piece. The story of MB the tortoise reminds us that knowledge is not something to be hoarded or kept for ourselves. It grows when it is shared. When we listen to others and share what we know, we are all putting the pieces of that great shattered pot back together, making the world a wiser place for everyone. True wisdom isn't about knowing everything yourself. It's about recognizing the little piece of wisdom in everyone else. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales from around the world. See you next time.